welcome back to All About That Disney Life. I am Danny B, the girl who is all about that Disney life. The next movie we will be talking about is The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh that came out in 1977. I love this movie so much. It was one of my favorite childhood movies, and it's in my top 5 of all-time favorite Disney movies. So what I found out about The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh while researching the facts was that each of the stories, the 3 stories that are in this movie, they were actually released as separate cartoons with full-length movies. Walt Disney would produce a Winnie the Pooh cartoon with certain live-action movies as they came out. The 3 stories that were in this movie, they were all released at different times in different years. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through each of the cast for the different Winnie the Pooh stories, because the 3 Winnie the Pooh stories have just got mashed together into this movie. So let's start off with the cast of Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree. Winnie the Pooh was played by Sterling Holloway. Bruce Reitherman was Christopher Robin. Ralph Wright was Eeyore. Junius Matthews was Rabbit. Barbara Luddy was Kanga. Clint Howard was Roo. Howard Morris was Gopher. Hal Smith was Owl. Dallas McKennon and Ginny Tyler were the Bees. Sebastian Cabot was the narrator, and Thurl Ravenscroft was a singer in this cartoon. The next story cast is Winnie the Pooh and the Blustery Day. Sterling Holloway was Winnie the Pooh. Paul Winchell was Tigger. John Fiedler was Piglet. Ralph Wright was Eeyore. Junius Matthews was Rabbit. Barbara Luddy was Kanga. Clint Howard was Roo. Howard Morris was Gopher. John Walmsling was Christopher Robin. The Mellow Men were the singers in the story. Sebastian Cabot was the narrator, and Thurl Ravenscroft was a singer and also the Black Honey Pot in Winnie the Pooh's Daydream about the Heffalumps and the Woozles. And finally, the voice cast for Winnie the Pooh and Tigger 2. Sterling Holloway was Winnie the Pooh. Paul Winchell was Tigger. John Fiedler was Piglet. Junius Matthews was Rabbit. Barbara Luddy was Kanga. Dory Whitaker was Roo. Timothy Turner was Christopher Robin, and Sebastian Cabot was Mr. Narrator. Now we get on to the facts all about the willy-nilly silly old bear. Number 1, the production. We'll start off with the production for Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree. Walt Disney wanted to do Winnie the Pooh cartoons or Winnie the Pooh stories and tried to get the film rights since 1938. In June of 1961, he got the film rights. Disney wanted to do a full-length movie, but then he changed his mind to do a featurette that would be attached to a live-action movie. Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree is based on the first 2 chapters of the first Winnie the Pooh book. Next up is the production for Winnie the Pooh and the Blustery Day. This featurette is based on the 3rd, 5th, 9th, and 10th chapters of the first Winnie the Pooh book. It's also based on the 2nd, the 8th, and the 9th chapters from The House at Pooh Corner. Disney considered Wally Bogg to be the voice of Tigger, but after Walt Disney's death, Bogg's performance of Tigger was too zany for a children's movie, as if Tigger's not zany enough. So Paul Winchell got the job as the voice of Tigger. For Piglet, Disney heard John Fiedler's voice on a TV show, and he chose him to be the voice of Piglet. John's voice was already naturally high, if you ever hear him talking, but he had to raise his voice even higher to get the right pitch for Piglet. Next up, the production for Winnie the Pooh and Tigger 2. There wasn't really much story for the production of this featurette, but the title is a play on slogan, Tippecanoe and Tyler 2, that was made famous during the 1840 United States presidential election. Number 2, the releases. We'll start off with Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree. This featurette was released on February 4th, 1966, and it had a world premiere in 7 different theaters in 3 different states. 5 of the theaters had their world premieres in 5 different cities in Florida: Tampa, St. Petersburg, Clearwater, Gainesville, and Daytona Beach. 2 other theaters had their premieres at the State Lake Theater in Chicago, Illinois, and the Fox Theater in Atlanta, Georgia. This featurette was later released throughout the United States days later as a supplement to Disney's live-action movie, The Ugly Dachshund. It was released in the United Kingdom almost 2 months later. It premiered at the Prince Charles Cinema located at the West End of London on March 20th, 1966. and it had a network television premiere on March 10th, 1970 as a TV special on NBC. Next up, the release for Winnie the Pooh and the Blustery Day. This featurette was released on December 20th, 1968 in the United States and as a supplement to Disney's live-action comedy movie, The Horse in the Gray Flannel Suit. It also had a television debut, and it debuted on November 30th, 1970 on NBC. Next up, the release for Winnie the Pooh and Tigger 2. This featurette was released on December 20th, 1974 in the United States. It was released on December 27th, 1974 in the United Kingdom. Both were a supplement for Disney's live-action movie, The Island at the Top of the World. This featurette premiered on TV on NBC on November 28th, 1975. And then all those featurettes got made into The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, and that movie was released on March 11th, 1977 as a double bill with The Littlest Horse Thieves. Number 3, awards and nominations. Winnie the Pooh and the Blustery Day won the 1968 Academy Award for Best Animated Short Film. It was also awarded to Disney shortly after his death. Winnie the Pooh and the Blustery Day is the only Winnie the Pooh production to ever win an Academy Award. Winnie the Pooh and Tigger 2 was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Animated Short Film, but it lost to Closed Mondays. However, it did win a Grammy Award for Best Album for Children. Number 4, differences from the books. Most of the stories are kind of out of order, like the introduction of Tigger. It doesn't happen before the flood. It happens kind of after, apparently. Also, Gopher is not very present at all in the story whatsoever. In fact, Gopher was not a character in the original Winnie the Pooh stories. Gopher was created by Walt Disney because he wanted an all-American character that children would like, and he also added an element of comedy. The Heffalumps and Woozles aren't associated with each other. Pooh only wears his trademark shirt in the wintertime. Rabbit's friends and family are not in the movie at all. They are seen at the beginning of the movie near Christopher Robin's house. It's a reference to the original book as they are seen on the map at the beginning of the book. The part where Roo and Tigger jump out of a tree in the winter in the movie, it's not in the wintertime in the book. And Piglet's sweater is green in the books, while in the movie he wears a magenta color sweater. Number 5, the ride. There is the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh ride at certain Disney parks. The one at Magic Kingdom in Fantasyland, it opened June 4th, 1999, and it replaced Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. There is one at Disneyland, California in Critter Country. It opened April 11th, 2003. It replaced the Country Bear Jamboree. There is one at Hong Kong Disneyland in Fantasyland. It opened September 12th, 2005. And there is one at Shanghai Disneyland in Fantasyland. It opened June 16th, 2016. On the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, you go through the chapters like the stories like in the movie, The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. You go through the exact same adventures. However, there are some differences between the parks. The big difference is the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh ride at Magic Kingdom, Hong Kong Disneyland, and Shanghai Disneyland, you ride in honey pots. The ride at Disneyland, California, you ride in beehives. Number 6, where can we find these characters? Well, sit back, relax. I've got a list, and it's kind of a doozy, and here we go. Let's start off with Pooh Bear. Walt Disney World. He is found at Magic Kingdom, more specifically at the Crystal Palace. That is true. Seen him, met him, got his autograph, had dinner with him. Very delightful. And he is also found at Epcot and Animal Kingdom. At the Magic Kingdom's Once Upon a Time, Pooh stars in his own segment where he performs Rumbly in My Tumbly. He is later seen being harassed by the Heffalumps, the Woozles, and the pink elephants from Dumbo. He has his own spell card called Winnie the Pooh's Honeybees at the attraction Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom. Next park, Tokyo Disney Resort. Pooh stars in his own dark ride called Pooh's Honey Hunt. He also appears in the park's version of Once Upon a Time. Next park, Disneyland Paris. Pooh stars in Winnie the Pooh and Friends 2. It's a show. Next park, Hong Kong Disneyland. Pooh is in the Flights of Fantasy Parade. He appears inside a honey pot air balloon with the face of a Heffalump on it, just like in the movie. Next character is the gloomy donkey Eeyore. We'll start off with Disneyland, California. So there is a sign of Eeyore as it decorates the interior keep of Indiana Jones' Adventure Temple of the Forbidden Eye, being among the equipment used by Indiana Jones's excavation team. It's a tribute to the Eeyore section of Disneyland's parking lot, which the attraction was built on. Next park, Walt Disney World. He is a meetable character at the Crystal Palace restaurant at Magic Kingdom. Once again, seen him, met him, got his autograph, had dinner with him. Very delightful. He has his own spell card called Eeyore's Gloom Cloud at the attraction Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom. During the Halloween season, he appears in costume during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party for meet and greets. I've been to Walt Disney World twice now for Halloween. I have not seen Eeyore, but I have seen Pooh and Tigger, but who knows, maybe one day I will see him again during the Halloween season. Next park, Tokyo Disney Resort. Eeyore appears briefly in the beginning of Pooh's Honey Hunt, where his house is accidentally being knocked down by Pooh. When is Eeyore's house not being accidentally knocked down by anybody? The next character, our favorite bouncy, flouncy, trouncy, fun, T-I-double-G-R, Tigger. We'll start off at Disneyland, California. Tigger can be found at Critter Country for meet and greets. Next park, Walt Disney World. Tigger can be found at Magic Kingdom in Fantasyland, the Crystal Palace. That is true. Once again, seen him, met him, got his autograph, had dinner with him. Very delightful. And at Epcot for meet and greets. Tigger's voice can be heard during Once Upon a Time at the Magic Kingdom, where he introduces the Heffalumps and Woozles. In the game show Win, Lose, or Draw during Disney World Week, Tigger is seen on a sailboat with host Bert Convy. Next park, Tokyo Disney Resort. In Pooh's Honey Hunt, he bounces along with the audience while singing the wonderful thing about Tiggers. Next park, Shanghai Disneyland. Tigger is part of the Garden of the 12 Friends, representing the Chinese zodiac symbol of the tiger. Tigger also appears during Mickey's Storybook Express and Fantasy Festival. Next character, Christopher Robin. Believe it or not, you can actually meet Christopher Robin. However, he is a very rare character to see, and he only appears as a face character in parades and in special Winnie the Pooh themed events. Next character is the cute, you just want to squeeze his little face, Piglet. We'll start off at Disneyland. He is not known to meet at Disneyland, but people have found him randomly at Critter Country or Minnie's Breakfast at the Plaza Inn, but this is a very rare occasion. Next park, Walt Disney World. He is found at the Crystal Palace at Magic Kingdom for meet and greets. Once again, seen him, met him, got his autograph. Very delightful and very cute. During the Halloween season, Piglet can be spotted during Mickey's Boo to You Halloween Parade. I have not seen him, but who knows. He is also available for meet and greets during the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. Next park, Tokyo Disney Resort. Piglet can be seen several times in Pooh's Honey Hunt attraction. And he can sometimes be found at the Crystal Palace at that park for meet and greets. You can also catch Piglet in my house, in my bedroom. I'll cut to that shot right now.
Hey, Piglet. Hi, you're so cute. Look at this little baby. This is Piglet. Yes, I named him after a Winnie the Pooh character because he is so sweet. And he is very shy like Piglet, but he is a sweet baby. Say hi. You're like, yeah, I look cute. Now go back to the video.
That furry cute little thing right there, that was my kitten. His name is Piglet. Don't judge me. He is very cute and adorable. Next character, Rabbit. We'll start off at Walt Disney World. During the Easter holiday, Rabbit makes an appearance at the Crystal Palace for meet and greets. During the Christmas season, Rabbit appears in Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas Time parade. Next park, Tokyo Disney Resort. Rabbit can be seen in Pooh's Honey Hunt attraction, and he makes occasional appearances during the Easter parades like the Hippity Hoppity Springtime Parade. He is seen teaching young bunnies and Huey, Dewey, and Louie how to color Easter eggs. And Rabbit makes daily appearances in the Happiness is Here parade, leading the Dream Unit riding a Woozle. Next character is Kanga. We'll start off at Walt Disney World. Kanga is in the seasonal Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas Time parade. Next park, Tokyo Disney Resort. Kanga has a minor appearance in Pooh's Honey Hunt. Next park, Disneyland Paris. Kanga is in the stage musical Winnie the Pooh and Friends 2. Next character is Owl. And the only park apparently you can see him is Disneyland Paris. He has a live appearance as a walk-around character in the Winnie the Pooh and Friends 2 show. Next character is Roo. We'll start off at Walt Disney World. Roo is seen in Kanga's pouch in the seasonal Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas Time parade. He is also seen in Kanga's pouch during the Halloween season. He also has rare meet and greet appearances during the Halloween season. Next park, Tokyo Disney Resort. He has several appearances in the attraction Pooh's Honey Hunt. Next park, Disneyland Paris. Rue has a live appearance inside Kanga's pouch in Winnie the Pooh and Friends 2. Last character that you can meet is Gopher. Can you believe it? We'll start off at Walt Disney World. Gopher has his own spell card called Gopher's Demolition Dynamite at the Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom attraction. Next park, Tokyo Disney Resort. Gopher is seen in the storybook pages in Pooh's Honey Hunt. And finally, Disneyland Paris. Gopher is in Winnie the Pooh and Friends 2. He appears popping out of his gopher hole to warn Pooh of the blustery day ahead of him and his friends right before they go on an adventure. And there you have it, all the facts about the willy-nilly silly old bear that we all know and love. If you like this video, please hit that like button and leave a comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe. And I hope you have a zippity-doo-dah day. Goodbye.